April is famous for its showers, and as we head into next month, we're hoping to be drenched in great games rather than splashed by the sad puddle of disappointment. Thankfully, we've every reason to expect good things, with a regular trickle of new releases set to quench our thirst. And if you're a PC player, then check out our Pro TKL keyboard that now comes with advanced GX blue clicky mechanical switches. The gaming world was shocked recently by the news that Microsoft will be releasing 4 Xbox exclusives on rival consoles. One day, when you tell your grandchildren that you fought in the console wars, they'll simply roll their eyes and go back to steering Master Chief around the Mushroom Kingdom. In the meantime, Grounded is coming to the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. That's great news for those hoping to join up with friends who've already got into the garden survival game on Xbox and PC. From the makers of Fallout New Vegas, Grounded brings real storytelling chops to a genre that's often short on satisfying world building, as well as bloody enormous spiders, though there's an option to turn those off if you're an arachnophobic. Next up on Microsoft's slate of boundary-crossing blockbusters is Sea of Thieves. Rare's pirate simulator has been the backbone of Game Pass for several years now, and for good reason. Fantastic anecdote generator for mates who want to mess about on the deck of a sloop and enjoy saying the word sloop to each other until it loses all meaning. It's also home to one of the kindest communities in online gaming. The sort of people who would rather hit you with a comedy cannonball that makes you drunk rather than sink you for your treasure. On that subject, say hello to another crab's treasure, a Souls-like adventure that sinks you right to the bottom of the ocean to play a crustacean. Unfortunately, your shell's been repossessed. That means you'll have to find armour for yourself, wearing forgotten trash-like shoes and soda cans to withstand the blows of oversized enemies. The developer's previous game was a dungeon crawler set in the abandoned offices of failed tech startups, so expect a satirical edge from this potential treasure trove of brutal close combat. There's no litter on Europa, the terraformed moon that lives in Jupiter's shadow, and there are no enemies to stab you with discarded chopsticks either. Instead, this is a mystery adventure set among the ruins of a fallen utopia. As an android named Z, you'll uncover the story of the last human alive, though not before you've fully upgraded the capacity of your jetpack, of course. Let's get our priorities straight here. The fate of civilization can wait until we've zipped between the pillars of these lush meadows at 50 miles an hour. No people means no speed limits. Suck it, humans! If Europa gives you a taste for thoughtful puzzle games, you really can't do better than Braid. A classic of the Xbox Live Arcade days, this was basically the moment the mainstream heard about indie games. It's a 2D platformer in which you reverse and play with time to progress. And while it's very clever, it's even better at making you feel clever. It's like you join Mensa, and everyone there is throwing a party in honour of your brain. Just don't spend too much time reading the story sections between levels. Unless you like bad breakup poetry. I mean, this expanded anniversary edition even has a comma in the title. That's how you know it's pretentious. Another acclaimed developer returns in April with no rest for the wicked. It's the latest game from Moon Studios, the team behind Ori and the Blind Forest. Rather than continue the Metroidvania genre, Moon Studios has pledged to reinvent the action RPG. It's a bold promise, though they don't intend to do it all at once. No Rest for the Wicked will launch in early access, with multiplayer and an expanded campaign coming later. For now, you'll be able to get to grips with its combat system, which is rooted in weapons that have a real sense of heft to them. All the better for hitting harpies over the head with, so long as your sword connects, that is, since Moon Studios emphasises precision above all else. All great games are life eaters in a way, gobbling up all our free hours. But the new strange scaffold game, Life Eater, is rather more literal about it. You play a creepy guy in the suburbs who stalks and kidnaps strangers in order to harvest their organs. He sounds like a bad dude, but he's not doing it for fun. He's conducting an annual ritual that prevents the end of the world. Or maybe it doesn't. But you'd feel really stupid if you stopped sacrificing people and then the apocalypse happened, wouldn't you? Probably best to keep going. If playing the bad guy turns out to suit you, there's always Sandland too. The protagonist of this action RPG is a Fian prince named Beelzebub, but he's on a quest of kindness, searching for a desert spring to save demons and humans alike from dehydration and death. The local king doesn't appreciate anyone challenging his control over the water supply, but you can turn his tanks against him, as well as any bandits or monsters that stand in your way. When you're bringing Gatling guns to bear against fantastical monsters, there's a touch of Pal World 2 proceedings, and that's not a bad thing. There we have it. Even the desert couldn't stop this April shiver of fresh, moisturising video games. If you liked the video, you'll find plenty more on the Logitech G channel. Just hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of our next upload. See you there!